NDPC rep has rallied Volta chiefs against Kotoka airport renaming. And Dr. Alec Clem has been on the forefront for this one, and he believes strongly that this has to be something that the Volta chiefs would have to take a second look at if they indeed want to be a part of it. And he goes on and he says that airports are not mere symbols, they are strategic economic assets. He said their value lies in efficiency, safety, connectivity, cargo capacity, and the ability to attract airlines, trade, tourism, and investment. A change in name delivers no measurable economic benefits, in his own words. And well, that seemed to be the issue of the day. Let me start off with Fahd. I'm sure by now many of the NPP. In fact, yesterday one of your communications team member actually said that he would organize a demonstration if this name change happens. Senyo says that. And this is his own way of showing his disapproval and not speaking for the party when it comes to that. He says that he was going to rally the youth of Volta region to actually go on a demonstration if this thing happens. I don't know about the party's stance on that.
All right, thank you very much, KMJ. First, let me say good morning to your viewers this morning and to my brother here. And also, on this matter of renaming, I believe it is becoming one or too many in this current administration. In its first 14 months, you could tell. They started from the university one. I think universities up north, they've renamed a few of them. They've renamed some other projects across the country. You remember the unfortunate death of the defense minister, right? It was another program that was already in existence that they were going to rename and relaunch it. So this has become, I think, one of the things this government has decided to do, to rename everything in this country to suit their political interest. Why do I say this? The reasons being that, KMJ, if you listen to the reasons outlined by the proponent of this renaming agenda, that's one, Kwame Nkrumah, Kotoka was a coup plotter, the airport is situated on a gun land. The reasons are something I call the monstrous absurdity. Completely monstrous absurdity. Why? Because, KMJ, if you tell me that we had a regime that's people, there have been a lot of argument. I don't want us to go into the details of it, but a regime that has been classified as one of the dark days of this country after independence. You see, the thing that happened after independence was that we took out the colonial masters, then our own brothers, that's the black people, took over the colonial regime. So now there was a second colonial regime in this country that Ghanaians witnessed. And this is a record.
And that was spearheaded by who?
Dr. Kwame Nkrumah. That's what happened in this country. I will not go too far. Let me remind our young people of this country. Not long ago, what's the name of this country? What's the name of this musician who contested president? What's his name? Bobby Wine.
Okay.
In this country.
Yeah.
Uganda. You see what's happening over there? That's similarly what was happening in this country. No political activities in this country. We had a law, that's the Detention Act, where KMJ, by the look of your face this morning, Friday morning, I look at your face quietly, and no, KMJ, if I don't arrest you by 8 a.m., you're going to commit a crime. And I pick you up this morning, go and hide you in detention for 5 years with no trial.
Did that?
With no trial. For 5 good years with no trial. And this was to intimidate his opponents. We had a government where no accountability was allowed, no criticism. You criticize Dr. Kwame Nkrumah and you're in trouble. That was the regime that was built in this country. So sometimes there's a saying that desperate times calls for desperate measures. So there were desperate times that needed desperate movements. And some people celebrate Kotoka for being a freedom fighter. Do you know that? So the history of this country, we can decide to debate over these issues. I don't want to go into details of them because you have your own opinion on these matters, and there are very powerful facts out there. You can go and verify them. There's this book I wanted to quickly share, just a page of it. This is a book written by Auntie Amabuzia from Wenchi, the late Auntie Amabuzia. She wrote this book, and you see, she gave account of what happened during those regimes. How his brother, Dr. Kofi Abuzia, had to go into exile. See, do you know the painful thing? He was in parliament that day with the president. That's Dr. Kwame Nkrumah. On that particular day, he was in parliament with him, And within some few minutes, he had the information from the ministers of Dr. Kwame Nkrumah's administration that if you don't leave this country by the close of tonight, you'll be arrested and detained. This was what was happening in this.
And that was the justification for the coup.
So that's why I'm saying that desperate times, as at that time, called for those desperate measures. I'm not going to.
So the coup was justifiable.
It was justifiable. Ghanaians celebrated on that particular day. Do you know that? Do you know Ghanaians celebrated on the street of Accra? Are you aware of that? History is out there to teach you all these factors, my brother. So let's not decide to say that because Kotoka is a coup plotter, and that's the justification. Forgetting that the proposers of this name renaming are descendants of one of the coup plotters of this country, the late Jerry John Rawlings, right? So if today you are telling us that we should not name anything in this country after a coup plotter, I believe in this country we have places named after Jerry John Rawlings, right? Are you telling us that we should go back and change those names? That is why I say it is a monstrous absurdity. We should have a proper discussions. What is the impact of changing of the name? What is the economic impact? What benefit will it bring to us? You see, this is deliberate, this is a political agenda. And the reason is that if we put the politics on it, you have the MPP coming to object to it. The NDC will propose it. Then it becomes a politics of the normal thing we do every morning. We sit here and discuss politics. At the end of the government have its way. They can still go ahead and change the name. But the reality is that they should not hide behind these reasons they've given. They are not, there's no substance in the reasons they've given so far. There's no substance. They should give us something tangible, something compelling. If you're telling me that it is on Garland, we agree. So are we going to not change every state institution or every important project in Accra? Are you going to change the name into Accra? Is that the question they're trying to tell us? That is the question. You see, so we should be very careful.
From the Garment's office, they believe so.
Then there's no problem. The University of Ghana, let's change University of Ghana to University of Accra. Is that the case? University of Ghana, let's change it to University of Accra. We should understand that we are building a nation with the greatest of respect to the office of the government. With the greatest of respect. I'm not trying to poo-poo what they're saying. But what I'm saying is that we cannot have a nation built on these arguments. We are a developing country. We need to understand that our history are out there. See, there are dark days, there are histories we will celebrate, there are histories we need to condemn. We cannot pretend not to know the dark days of Dr. Kwame Nkrumah's administration. We cannot pretend to understand that, you know what happened in this country during this one incident that happened. After the Kulungungu bombing, 3 persons were accused, right, put before courts. The court acquitted and discharged them based on lack of evidence. Do you know what happened after that? The Chief Justice was dismissed and a new court was set up. Handpicked judges were put together to sit on that case. And the death sentence was awarded to these accused persons. Later, I think it was later taken off. So this was what was happening, my brother. So it was an environment that needed somebody, like the Kotoka. Do you think those who named the airport after Kotoka, with the greatest of respect, didn't know what they were doing as at that time? That's the question we are asking. So we should not, with the greatest of respect to the NDC administration, we know they are doing this for political purposes. They can go ahead and just rename it, but they should not hide behind this, as I said, monstrous absurdity reasons that, Kotoka is a coup plotter, and as a result of that, we should take the name off, and then it's on a Ghana land, which, see, these are not reasons that are tangible enough to change a name like this.
Okay.
If there is something that they are not telling us, they should come out and tell us. That's all I think we should have the discussion around. But to hide behind these reasons, with the greatest of respect to the office of the government, with the greatest of respect, this is Ghana land, we do admit. But this is the capital of Ghana. And we are building a country with the greatest of respect. I think we should be careful how we call for some of these things. If not in future, other areas will also start calling for change of names on their lands, to their lands names. What are you going to do by then, my brother? That's going to be a very dangerous precedent we will be setting. So I think they should look at it again. It's an agenda they intend to do by the end of this year. You know, I think this is the 66 years after Kwame Nkrumah was overthrown, right? February. So probably they are preparing towards it. If you hear some of the argument out there, that they wanted even to name it after Kwame Nkrumah. If that is the agenda, they should just go ahead and do it and save us all this drama. From Monday to today, Friday, KMJ, Ghanaian youth who voted for John Mahama in 2024 are unemployed. You've seen the unemployed figures out there. Unemployed, they can't find jobs. University students are struggling to pay school fees. They promised them no free stress or something. They are struggling to pay school fees. Our gold reserves, 50% is gone. And we come this whole week, sit down and discuss this matter, which has no economic benefit to our country. This is what they want to do to us. So, okay. I think in all, I'm not going to downplay Kwame Nkrumah's significance. I will not do that. That's not my agenda this morning. He had his day as the president of this country, but unfortunately, what happened during those regimes was that the whites left us and he took over the position of the white people. He assumed the colonial master's role and acted like a tin god on this country, where some people felt that we needed democracy. That's why we called for independence. So if we have independence, we need to have a voice and a say in how our country is being managed. And as a result of that, it led to the overthrow of Kwame Nkrumah. We should understand this and accept this and move on as a country.
Okay.
Thank you.
Doc, let me have your take on that.
Good morning. And good morning to your viewers and your production team as well. And good morning once again to my brother.
Good morning, Doc.
I'm surprised. You see, I've been sitting here very, very, very attentive listening to his lecture. He has prepared a lecture note on Nkrumah's atrocities.
I needed to read on Kwame.
He has a book. Yeah, so they have you see the MPP. That is
atrocity.
Yeah, that is their lifestyle. See, they've gone for a meeting where they are giving them handouts. That's lecture notes.
Fahd.
But you have a handout. Fahd, you were showing a handout. Fahd.
Okay. No, I came with a book.
Fahd, you were showing a handout. Can you show the handout? This is a handout. Is it not a handout?
Fahd, you have a space.
Don't worry, I will come back to that.
You have a space there, right? Whatever he's saying. When he's
done, it's an insult to say that.
So when he's done, you can respond to it. No, Fahd.
It's not fair.
Fahd, it's a Friday morning.
Let's have
when he's done, you can respond to it. That's all I'm saying.
No problem, I'll do that.
Just write them down. When he's done, you can respond. When you were talking, he was quiet.
I never brought him to these issues when I spoke. I had my time and I had to speak on the issues. So
but that's what he's doing. So you should also speak on the issues. When he's done, then you...
Fahd, would you allow me to talk? I've just kept quiet watching you.
Doc, go ahead.
You have your lecture notes here, which, I've been watching you closely read from, the kind of point you have been asked to come and present on this show. But I think that to go straight to the point.
That's interesting.
All the submissions is made. I haven't seen also any substance why he's thinking that should not be done. The renaming. The question I ask myself is that we had here Sankara. And this is the son of African land that we believe that he did something for his country that was very, important. So at a point, we had a place that we named. They said, no, we can't name a coup plotter. Or we can't give a coup plotter that accolade. So now we change it to Akwaje, if I were. They are even proposing that 31st December, now they have sent it to the Supreme Court and others, that they should now take that celebration out because it has something to do with coup. The same people who do not want to go with anything that has to do with coup, now he sits on set here and he's telling us that Ghanaians were happy. It means that, his ancestors and all those people were happy then that somebody that today we all know, because you see, time is the best judge. Now we have come to realize that whatever Nkrumah was doing, this is what has sustained us up till now. Tell me, what infrastructure development after Nkrumah, any government can lay hands and say that this one we have done past what Nkrumah did. And you are here telling us that for somebody to overthrow that government, Ghana was good at that time. We were happy. And so, it's something that is worth mentioning and celebrating on any day. Come on. You see, sometimes when you listen to NPP as a party, and I think that, they need to go back to the drawing board and sometimes learn a number of things. Because these are not people who have Ghana at heart. Wow. He's talking about naming and changing. Let me give you just a short list of what happens in the administration the past 8 years. Nana Addo Dankwa Akufo-Addo took office, and every single public institution, he wanted to name it after his own lineage and where he's coming from, to the point that the smallest even polytechnic and universities, he was naming them after people that he deemed that were part of their tradition, which is the political tradition. If you look at Hope Technical University, it was renamed. I don't want to ask why, but there was a reason he gave, which we all accepted at that time.
And the name now is what?
It was Ephraim Amu Technical something. When we go back to University of Development Studies, WA campus, yes, UDS, he went all the way to name it and for Simon Diadon Dombo, who is a teacher, and we know that he's from the UP tradition, where their roots is from. These things we know. And so if he sits on, I can mention, UNER is there. I mean, he changed the name from UNER to another thing. University of Education, Winneba Kumasi campus, we all know. He has changed the name. And all these things happened under 8 years. You could not see anything wrong with it. We are talking about somebody that, a son of Africa, that has been celebrated for the century. That if you look at achievements about leaders that we've had in Africa, you cannot compare anybody to that of Nkrumah in our century. And you are here telling us that somebody to overthrow that person because he built, you see, let me give you the history of this Kotoka. It was a royal British force base. And after they left, after the Second World War, they handed it over to Ghana. And he, being a visionary leader, he decided that he would convert it to a 500,000, airport, such that within a year we can have about 500,000 people traveling out of the country. Somebody who has been able to do this, and he named it Accra International Airport. There was a coup in 67 or something. He was overthrown, and the person who did that coup or plotted that coup was killed around Kotoka. So they said, was killed around the airport, just at the forecourt of the airport. And now they decided that, okay, the one who did the wrong thing died here, so let's change the name from Accra. And you are telling us that, the Ghana people, we are sorry and all that. We are talking about a nation. So are we saying that Ghans are not part of Ghana? Is that what he's saying here? That I'm sorry, Gamanche, we are talking about a nation. We are talking about individual, and you are talking about a whole group of people. How you compare Kotoka to the whole Ga community or the Ga people? Are you saying that Kotoka is more important than Ga? Because what if you tell me that, I'm sorry, Gamanche, we are building a nation. We are not building communities. And so it means that we should maintain Kotoka because as an individual, he's more important than all the people of Ga. That is what he's trying to say.
So it will be good if we change it to Accra?
Yes, I think that is long overdue. This thing, I mean, you see, sometimes there are matters of importance, but depending on what time frame or at what particular time the activities that are ongoing, sometimes we might all decide to give it a blind eye. But when somebody raises the issue and we sit down and analyze and we think that this thing has some sense in it, we all go by. There are a number of issues that I'm here. If somebody should raise it up, we all say, oh, yeah. This thing is very important. Let's visit and look at it. This thing is long overdue. We've all forgotten about it. And we've just been using it back forth.
So before the advocate came out and started all of this, the NDC had intentions of changing this name?
Oh, yeah. This thing, it has been in our mind that once we get power one day, we'll do it. Listen, because the truth is that...
But you didn't do it the first time that you came.
Rawlings had 19 years.
Is that?
Rawlings had 19 years.
No, that is not an issue because there's always a time. There's always a time. MPP has been in power before.
President Mahama, you didn't...
No, MPP has been in power before.
Why are you doing it now?
We are doing it now because we think that this is the right time. Simple as that. Yes, there's time for everything. You read the Bible, you go to Ecclesiastes, it says what? Time and chance has it for all. So this is the right time. This is the time that we have seen that Ghana is moving on to a level that we believe that adding this to what we have achieved so far, it will make us good.
Some people have argued about the economic impact this will bring to us.
The other side is that all these years, what economic impact has the name given to us? Wow. If they're asking about economic impact, Kotoka,
because they believe that they're more
what has the name given to us as the question is that what has the name given to us as a country? It talks about somebody, a traitor, somebody who has to, plot a coup to take one of our best out, and that person has been given the title of a hero. That is all what we know. So
has that impacted in any way the foreigners that come into this country negatively? Which, of course, is the reason we want to desperately change it.
We feel that. If people who do wrong are going to be rewarded this way, then that is why they came 8 years and did what they wanted to do. So
Doc, what I want to know is, are there facts that indicate that the name has impacted foreigners who have come into this country negatively, and that's the reason why if we change it, it's going to make some sense? Because we all know many people would not even want to find out who Kotoka is before they come into the country. All they know is the exiting and coming into an airport. So the impact of it, do we have that fact? And it's the reason we want to change it.
So we are looking at, you are talking about foreigners. We are looking at within our country. We want people to be patriots. We want people to see Ghana as a place that when I sacrifice my life and I do something better, I'll be recognized. Not the one who does the wrong thing. That is what we want to let everybody know. Because if somebody who plotted a coup has been honored to this level for so many years and nobody sees anything wrong with it, then anybody who comes to do something worse in future knows that once I'm gone, Ghanaians, they are good at remembering bad times. So maybe one day they will erect some statue and put my name on it. And that is what has been going on. I think that somebody that we also feel that has cost us so much, because if Nkrumah was to live up to the years that God had given to him, if it wasn't through coup, he had to flee here, go here. Finally, he lost his life. I'm sure Ghana would have been a better place than what we have now. And that same person is being honored. Come on. If you go to Ghana, or if you go to part of Ghana, where aside what we have, a museum for Nkrumah and all that, this is an international airport. This is what we have in the country, serving about 5.6 million within a year, people who travel in and out of Kotoka International Airport, Terminal 3 combined with Terminal 2. And that person is now our hero, the one who had to overthrow the one who built that port for us. These things we can't. So here, it's not about economics and all that. We want to put that sense of patriotism that people who will do the right thing.
It's really political.
No, it's not political.
Is that a political ideology?
Let me ask you. If you do something today, you want to be honored or you don't want to be honored?
Of course, if it's a good thing, why not?
Okay. So if you had the opportunity to come back and you realize that after all the good things you did, you were never honored. The one who killed you is rather honored. How would you feel?
That's what the situation
is
right
now. That's the
situation. Okay. No. Doc, let me find out. Fahd, I'm coming. Is the NPP going to change this?
No. Well, that's an issue. That's an issue to be discussed in future, right? But my brother here tried so hard to put words in my mouth, words that I never said, and I think I've clarified everything I've said this morning.
So which part do you think that he misrepresented you in a way?
On the Ghana matter, on the Gamanche issue, and then I think it's very unfortunate. But for whatever it is, I'll allow him. You see, let me quickly say this, KMJ. Isn't it interesting that those who celebrate coup plotters, right, 31st December 1981, recently when President Mahama took over power, you saw how he did his inaugural event, right, where he invited other coup plotters to come and join him, right? You saw him, right?
Other president of nations.
Other coup plotters. KMJ, let's call a spade a spade.
Fahd, these are people
He's a coup plotter.
Well,
do you admit he's a coup plotter?
No, I'm saying
he invited coup plotters into our country.
No. I'm saying these are people who are presidents of the nations.
Okay.
Whatever way you want to describe it, I'm saying
they are coup plotters.
That is not a problem.
See, you can dress it any way, anyhow you want it.
I'm saying.
But the baseline is that he invited coup plotters in addition to other head of states to join him, right? And you sit here and tell me that we are celebrating coup plotters. Isn't it interesting, Ghanaians, this morning, that your party, the founder of your party, signed the constitution of your party with his blood? It's a known coup plotter. We had elections in this country. Ghanaians went to polls, voted for a president, Dr. Helele Man. Ghanaians voted for him. Kwame Nkrumah, if you want to go into the elections of Dr. Kwame Nkrumah, we can discuss them. You see, we are young, but sometimes we've come to read and we understand what happened those days. My brother, I'm not here to undermine Dr. Kwame Nkrumah's significance. I will never do that. But let's not also deny the fact that what was happening then needed somebody to speak up. KMJ, how is it important that in this your facility here, you are the head of the institution, you are giving us tough time, right? Then among ourselves, we decide to get you out of office. We succeed in getting you out of office. We elect doctor to come and take up over your position. And guess what doctor does to us? He goes and do more than what you were doing to us. And you told me that we should celebrate it because he gave us independence, because he gave us all the development. It is true, nobody's running away from that. And who told Kwame Nkrumah has not been celebrated enough in this country? Who said that? Are you aware there's a university in this country known as Dr. Kwame Nkrumah University? Are you aware? KNUST, are you aware, dog? So where from all these arguments that he's not been celebrated? Look, you see, we the MPP, yes, I believe political antecedents, historical antecedents, make us an enemy of Dr. Kwame Nkrumah. That's the assumption they've always put in out there.
But is that what it is?
Never. See, if you look at Dr. Kwame Nkrumah being celebrated, right? When we took over in 2017, the Kwame Nkrumah Mausoleum was something you couldn't have even visited. What happened? President Akufo-Addo invested to make it a place where today you have people coming every day to visit that place. And you tell us that we are anti-Nkrumah just because we disagreed on political lines? No, doctor. Let's understand the issues. And KMJ, I'll emphasize again, this is time wasting, complete time wasting, because government is trying to shift attention. The 24-hour economy is still in parliament, right? You've seen the documents. Last 3 weeks, I brought it up here. KMJ, if you read the document, there's a whole document launched known as the 24-hour plus. KMJ, 285-page document. I have read every single detail of that document, KMJ. Nowhere in that document, nowhere a single job like this is being created in that document. And the young people out there who voted for you in 2024, in their numbers, are expecting you to come and tell them what you are doing to give them jobs. And we are here discussing all these things because they know very well that if they come up with this issue, the New Patriotic Party will join them in this argument. We will waste a whole week, a whole month debating over this matter.
But your party has been there before.
You see,
you've been in the same situation before, where we have had arguments over some of the things that you did.
So should we repeat
naming of institutions?
Should we repeat? That's what I'm asking you. Should we keep repeating the same errors of the yesterday? That's the question. You see, so doctor.
But is that not what both of you have done over the years?
So this is what is happening. You see, this whole renaming thing is an agenda. And I believe, doctor, here, based on how you've handled your questioning, proving that there is no economic benefit to this renaming, there is no study whatsoever that the name Kotoka International Airport is giving Ghana a bad name. Because if there is any, he will have presented it to us this morning. There is no study.
Were there any of those when you were renaming some
institutions? Which of the institutions?
There were many institutions mentioned over here.
UDS. UDS. You see, UDS was... I did my first degree at UDS. It's a university of like 4 separate campuses, right? And it got to a point in time, government decided to give every school its own authority. Do you get the point? So if 4 universities up north, which started as one with 4 separate campuses, you decide to separate them and give them that authority on their own. What is so different? It was not renaming. It was a school that was established out of an existing school. So if you give it a name, and based on you thinking that it's a political
what about University of
affiliation,
Mines and Technology?
What was the initial name?
To George Grant.
Who is George Grant? We see sometimes, we claim that let's celebrate our heroes. You see, that's the argument Doctor presented this morning. Let's celebrate our heroes on one breath. And on the other breath, let's be selective in our heroes who we choose to celebrate. That's the argument he just made.
So the Nkrumah one is what? Is overdoing? That's what you're saying?
We've celebrated Nkrumah so well. We've celebrated, we have holidays for Nkrumah, right? Nkrumah's birthday is a holiday in this country, right? So what again? You see, if you think we've not celebrated Nkrumah so well, I think it is time that we all agree. Do you know something? You have the 4 or 8 years, we don't know how long you're going to stay in office. Let's change the name of Ghana to Kwame Nkrumah. Until you leave office, they will go back and pick the old name. Okay. Because we've seen it before. Do you know why I'm saying this? We've seen it before. Some time ago in the history of this country, we had our constitution being amended to a point that Dr. Kwame Nkrumah was named lifetime president, where the Ghana flag was changed into the CPP flag. We've seen it before in the past. So it is nothing new to us. We are coming from the Nkrumah days, so we've suffered it during the Nkrumah days. So what is happening today is just a repetition of what happened those days. They can change the name of Ghana into Dr. Kwame Nkrumah, change the Ghana flag again to the CPP again. Whatever they want to do, they should do it. But what is important is that there are bread and butter issues that the young people of this country, KMJ, if I tell you what is happening in Accra today. Okay. Students who paid rents at 800 Ghana cedis at Hacho are now being asked to pay 1,500 Ghana cedis at the same area. Okay, and you sit and tell that these are not important.
Hold your thought for me. I'll come back to you. This is important. Let me engage our viewers as well. So we're doing this together with them, so they can also share their opinion on the issue based on what they think about it. Now let me go on Zoom. Masaudu, I think, is the one over there. Let me see what contribution is also going to add to it, and then I'll come back to Doc. Doc is also still here with me. Masaudu, can you hear me? Hello. Hello, Masaudu. Can you unmute? Hello? Okay, all right, let me come back to studio. Yeah, can you hear me?
Morning, KMJ.
Go ahead, good morning, go ahead. Hello? Okay,
yeah, good morning, KMJ.
Yeah, good morning. I can hear you. Go ahead.
Okay, thank you for the good introduction. I would like to ask, the last one of who constructed the Kotoka International Airport? Was Kwame Nkrumah. What did name is on the Kotoka International Airport? If they would like to see this, secondly,
Masaudu, can you Masaudu, if you can hear me, can you reposition yourself a bit? Our connection. Masaudu, unfortunately, we can't hear you well, and so try and reposition yourself again, and then let's see if we can have a better connection so we can hear you well. All right, Doc, you want to respond to anything quickly with regards to things?
Yes, he's making allegations about employment and stuff. I mean, because now he wants to move from the renaming and stuff because he's seen that whatever he's saying doesn't hold water.
Wow.
What I want to say is that when we come to employment, I don't want us to make it politics, because if we go there, then your 8 years in office, we have to wipe it from our history. Your flag bearer, now your candidate-elect, August 2024, he said that in 7 years that he was in office, he created 2.3 million jobs. Do you know what is 2.3 million jobs? Meanwhile, when you look at Statistical Service, their report, it says that unemployment rose from 1.1 million to 2.1 million. So somebody who created 2.3 million jobs, and unemployment has now moved from 2017 to 2023, it has moved from 1.1 to 2.1. How do you reconcile these two values? Meanwhile, he signed on national and said, I've created, so if I've created 2 points, then I'm sure we shouldn't have that issue. Because if you look at, on average, the number of graduates or people that we churn out of our universities and all that, if you put all of them together, we might not get this value that he said is created employment for, which is true. So when it comes to employment, if you had done the 2.3, by now we'll not be seated here talking about employment. But what we want to say is that you have failed Ghanaians, and now you want to shift blame. We have come that we are here to rescue. We have just done 1 year. So stop this whole issue about give them job, give them job. If jobs can be given just within 12 months, then by your 8 years in power, you could have done 8 times, and by now jobs are floating and we are calling people from outside to come and apply for job. We need to put structures in place. He was talking about 24-hour economy. If you don't know, you don't know. These things, they are facts.
Okay, Doc, hold on. You explain that for me, but let me go on Zoom and speak to you. If you can hear me, good morning.
Good morning.
All right, please go ahead.
Good morning, Kevin. Can you hear me?
I can hear you. Go ahead.
Thank you very much. I think that this issue of the national airport is one of the issues that we pretend as a country. The issue of pretending of one thing and then doing another is becoming and becoming. We have to change from it. Because from where I sit, I can see that people are trying to pretend that these are the reasons why we are doing it. But in actual fact, it's not. Because and I can tell you for a fact that it's not about Kotoka being a coup leader or even a legacy of the family that's leading to the change of this. It's far from that. We all know. It's just to satisfy some people which the party in government knew to their benefit. We don't need to even argue about it. Because I don't see it. All these reasons they are giving, I cannot accept them. And it doesn't make sense to me. So I think they should get some. Because the party the party in government came into being through coup. And now they are telling us today that we don't like coup. Okay. Then they should first of all come out to apologize to Ghanaians for staging coup and forming their party, and they are in good today. What we not in this country last year, when they were doing immigration, they invited a coup leader from different country to come and dine with us. You don't like coup in Ghana, I would like coup in Ghana. Is that what they are trying to tell us? So the reason they are giving is not here nor there. It's just to satisfy their own, and that's it. And they should come out clean. Thank you.
Very well. Thank you very much for joining us. You can also join us on Zoom and share your opinion with us here on the show. We're talking about the renaming of Kotoka International Airport. It's been a conversation, a very heavy conversation the whole of this week, and we're trying to wrap it all up today. I've got my guest in the studio. Fahd Osman is here with me, and also Dr. Frederick Ntiamo is also here with me as well. You can also join us on Zoom. We're streaming live on Facebook as well, and WhatsApp line is also active. So a bit later, I'll be reading most of your comments that you've sent to us on WhatsApp. But now, if you're able to join us on Zoom, you can also share your thought via Zoom as well. Okay, I think I have another person. Christian? All right, Christian. Good morning, sir. Good morning.
Yeah, I think this morning I also want to share on the renaming of the national airport.
Please go ahead.
I think to me, can prioritize business too much. I don't see the renaming of institutions, what change or what jobs with ordinary Ghanaian. I think we should rather prioritize creating jobs. Because if you have a government who won an election, a promise of creating jobs to the teeming unemployment youth, and at this point, over 1 year in government, they cannot boast of creating one job for Ghanaian youth, and they are rather thinking of putting our resources to rename airport. It's not good. Look at the International Airport there since 1959. That's about 57 years thereabout. what benefit are we going to gain through this? You promise Ghanaians, if you come, you are going to create one job, you promise Women's Bank, open kitting, coding, 1 million coding. All these things, 1 year you have not done one of them. So what is actually happening? So I think the Mamas do something rather than going around renaming all those things. So Ghanaians are looking for jobs. My colleague in the studio mentioned that Ghana Statistical Service said about 2.something million youth are not having jobs. So what are they doing to create jobs for this 2.something million youth? That should be the priority for now. But going on saying that we want to rename Kotoka, we are going to spend millions of students to create this. Please, let us be very serious. Ghanaians are looking forward for the 133. I'm speaking to you now. Bristol-North, you have not seen the kitting. Bristol-North, I have not seen coding business. So we have a lot of issues. So the syntactic route is road, come and see Sandema Road. So this money they are going to use to rename Kotoka International Airport to Accra International Airport, can construct our road. Come and see our road. It's very bad. From here to Fimbisi. And everybody in this country know that Fimbisi is a food basket of this country. We have a valley there. We farm rice, a lot of rice.
Okay.
Our road is bad.
Okay. All right, thank you very much, Christian. I think you've made your point. I'm grateful. Let me see if I can have another person also joining us here as well. Do I have the next person, please? Okay. Hello?
Hello?
Yeah, Amwabin. Amwabin, can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you.
All right, please go ahead. We're listening.
Yeah, good morning to you and your panelists. I want to say something. Can you hear me well?
Oh, we can hear you. Go ahead.
Okay. Your last caller is talking about roots. Another was in power for 8 years. We have year of vote. 1, 2, 3, and 4. What did you do about it? This kind of hypocrisy must stop. We are governing a nation. We need governing NPP. Because NPP is not Ghana. Ghana is Ghana. Ghana was there before NPP, PNC, and whatever it is. KMJ, if I am a terrorist, I know that you are a tourist guide or something, but you go to if a tourist comes to Ghana and he asks you what's the meaning of Kotoka International Airport, will you be glad to look into it on your face and tell the fellow that Kotoka was the one who overthrew a visionary and a globally acclaimed millennium leader, and we have our youth sitting on national television saying people celebrated, maybe people celebrated them. Who wants to say it at that time? You see, that gone were the days they burnt in Nkrumah's books so that his name will never be mentioned anywhere. Even you are happy calling another's name in your studios. The one who is governing the country for 8 years. Look at what you're talking about unemployment. Those people you took from what do you call it? NAPO. To date, have you paid them? But you brought budget allocation to Parliament. Now you are going to pay them. To date, have you paid them? Then you have no shame. You come into international studios and they are seeing all those.
Okay, very well. Amwabin, your point is well made. There are others who are also standing by as well. So let me try and pick all of them here on the show. We promise that we're going to make sure everybody gets the opportunity to speak on this issue. So let me go and pick the next person. Hello. Hello? Hello? Sayam, can you hear me?
Yes, hello? I can hear you. Can you hear me?
All right. Please go ahead. We've got 2 minutes to do this quickly, and there are many others.
All right. My brother, you see the guy sitting at the FPP guy at your stadium there. You should stop deceiving guys. You see, some of these things has a historical background, which needed to be researched before the come and sit there and put a true light before Ghanaians. And I expect most of the journalists in Ghana yesterday to do a whole lot of research, go into some of these things, so that when these politicians trying to lie to the Ghanaians, you should be the people to put an end to their lives. But you don't do that as well.
Which of the lies are you talking about?
Was it not in this country when the MPP government sent June 4th to court? Because June 4th.
But we already addressed that. So which of the other lies that he mentioned that we all don't know? Maybe you can educate us on that.
The Kotoka International Airport, changing the name from Kotoka International Airport to Accra International Airport.
That is the lie?
There was a reason why when the first president of the nation named that airport Accra International Airport, which he sitting down there didn't know. But because the name Kotoka, what Kotoka did benefited his family and his political party. He was there defending it. Fragstar House. There was a reason why they named it Fragstar House. But when they came, they changed it to what? Jubilee House. Are you getting my point?
Yeah.
So sometimes these politicians, these MPP politicians, you find it difficult to understand them. Today they will say this, then tomorrow they will be saying different things. What kind of person are they? Do they think they are the only people with a better idea to rule this country?
Okay. Very well. Your point is well made. Thank you. Let me move to the next person. Who do I have? Hello? Carl, if you can hear me.
Yes, I just want to say that, Ghana is interested, but we don't have to celebrate coup makers and coup plotters. It's not allowed. So please, these things that the MPP people are saying, we don't understand them. This glorified agenda of these coup plotters will not help us. So the guy at the studio should just understand the fact that Kwame Nkrumah came to help Ghana. If he was there for long, it would have been better for us. So now that he's not there, and things that happened, the person who came to build the airport, now he's the one who, the person we are naming the airport after, killed. So why do you want to glorify this person? So it's long overdue. So please, KMG, that is what I want to say.
All right, very well. Thank you very much. And let me pick the last person. Alhaji Kitty, if you can hear me. Hello, Alhaji. Alhaji, can you lower the volume on your TV set and maybe possibly put it off so you can hear me? Okay, let me pick Master Planner. Master Planner. Go ahead.
Good morning, KMJ.
Good morning.
Let me say a special good morning to my good brother, Osman. He's talking with facts and figures. The history, you cannot wipe away the history. It's stated clearly and concrete. KMG, somebody was talking about changing Fragstar House to Jubilee House. Is there somebody's name? Who is called Fragstar House? You see, sometimes when you get the opportunity to speak, you talk to substantive issues. Kotoka is a name of a person that we are trying to change. And the person has good records. Nobody on this earth has only positive sides of life. So are you telling me that Kotoka never contributed anything to Ghana as a military officer? Even let's put his prime minister or presidency aside. When we name him after any airport, it's not something that the president Mahama during their campaign 2024, they were preaching they are coming to reset Ghana. President Nado is naming and renaming. So we thought this naming and renaming thing is a past tense. Focus on your agenda. 24-hour economy. Now when you mention, then they are hiding. You should be focusing on how to implement the 24 hours economy. You promised the Ghanaian youth 1 job, 3 shifts, 3 people. Now, even the 1 shift, you cannot pay them. Nurses work for close to 1 year. You pay them only 1 month's salary. Till this, the arrears are still there. You couldn't pay. And you think they are interested in changing the name to Accra International Airport. Will that make the Women's Development Bank come into existence? You've increased electricity tariffs, water tariff. That is what the Ghanaians are talking about. They are saying prices of goods have dropped, but no money to buy. Go to the market and see how market women are carrying. These are the issues. What even amazes me is the transport minister. See how Accra is congested. People don't get means of traveling. And you are busy sending bills to Parliament to change Kotoka International Airport. So we are begging the NDC, they should get serious. They should go back to business, serious issues. Ghanaians are not concerned about any Kotoka International. You can change it to Mahama International Airport. Those who travel through the airports will travel. Those who don't travel will not travel. Changing of the name doesn't bring anything. Or that reduces the process of thinking.
Okay, very well. Master Planner, thank you for joining us this morning here on the show as well. Don't forget that News Flash is proudly brought to you by Franco Trading Enterprise, Still Phones, Papa Pie, Koa Natural Fruit Juice also supporting us as well. Make sure that you think about these 2 brands as you go about your daily activity today. If you need a CCTV camera, your phones, if you need blenders, microwaves, please make your way to Franco Trading Enterprise. And if you want to quench your thirst this afternoon as you go about your daily activities, this morning, if you want to step out looking all bright and all, please do well that you take a sip of Koa Natural Fruit Juice. That's what you need. Doc, we're looking at 2.5 million US dollars to do this rebranding thing. Do we have enough to be able to do that?
$2.5
million. So,
2.5.
according to the former executive director of the Advertising Association of Ghana, Frank Dazi, who has warned that the proposed renaming and rebranding of Kotoka International Airport would cost the country between $2 and $5 million. Speaking on Joy News, The Pulse on Thursday, he explained that the cost would depend on whether the process involves a full-scale rebranding or a phased name change. Do we have enough money to do this?
This is a proposal. I think so.
Absolutely.
So this is not
but in face value, that's what we're looking at spending. If depending on which route we even decide to go.
Have we decided that today we are changing? We haven't.
But if it goes through the process, eventually we're going to change it.
See, so this is
you can win the debate.
No, this is what we do.
If you win the debate, it means we're going to change it.
This is what we do every day. Oh, government wants to do this. Or there's somebody who has raised an issue about a project.
Yeah.
Then somebody, an expert is, contacted to give what could be the actual cost. Meanwhile, that project has not been accepted, has not been issued. The actuals of the values have not been determined. Then we discuss this. Then we create a lot of...
But your majority in Parliament are going to Parliament to put this bill through. Yeah. And you're not thinking about how much it's going to involve.
Let them work on the bill. When they are done, they will come and talk about the statistics.
So eventually when it goes through, what do you do?
No, you see, let them work on the bill.
But you were positive that you want to make this happen.
What I'm trying to say is that let them go through the bill. We are at one step. I am positive. I want it to be changed. Now, I haven't talked about pricing or...
Why are you not looking at that?
No, let's look at it, because that's not the only way to do things.
Factor?
If I want to get car, and somebody tells me that getting this car will cost you this much, must I necessarily follow that route? Or there are other options I can also look out for?
That's the options that I'm asking you.
So,
because I'm telling you that this is the amount of money you are likely going to be spending.
Until I am willing to buy.
Enough to be spending on
until
that?
I am willing to buy.
But you want this process to go through?
No. Until I am... No,
your majority want this process to go through.
Until I'm ready that I want to buy this car.
Yeah.
Whatever the person is saying is just a hearsay. I listen and I put it there. Once I am certain that I want to buy, I'll look for the other alternative.
So you also believe that? So you also believe one fits all. Doc, you believe that this might not go through?
I'm not saying that it might not go through. This is a process. You have started a process.
But the process, you have either it goes through or it never goes through. And I'm saying, you are the proponent of it.
Let them finish one side of it.
Do you have the positive inclination that this will happen? It will go through.
We want to change it.
If you will,
that is the will is that we want to change it.
Spending.
No,
do you have that amount of money to spend it?
You are not following what I want to say.
No, I am giving you. No, I am giving you the cost effect on this issue that we're talking about.
No, I don't want to talk about cost.
You are not interested in it. You are interested in whether it goes through or not. And I'm asking, are you positive that it will go through because you are pushing this?
I wish it should go through. That is my wish.
Exactly.
So my wish has not been granted yet. So
if your wish is granted, which possibly will be granted, are you ready to spend on the wish?
I want to use my my time for.
No, I just want to find out if you're ready to spend on the wish.
You're asking me about 2.5 million.
Exactly.
Are you aware that the minority yesterday at 11?
Yeah.
They held a press conference concerning this cocoa issue. And we have to let Ghanaians know what is the reality. I think that sometimes when we have the opportunity like this...
So you want to use your time to talk about cocoa now?
Yes. Instead of... No, seriously, because instead of talking about cost somebody has proposed...
But it's the actual
No. What
this is an expert.
Expert
of that.
We've had experts who have given us cost over cost, and government over government comes and says that this expert ballooned the price. This expert this, and they did that and did that. Please, we've had experts.
But eventually we'll get there.
The person says the expert
eventually we'll get there.
Words are
no matter who you bring, eventually we'll get there. We're going to have some cost to this.
Every project in Ghana costs something.
Exactly, that's what I'm saying. And I'm asking that. No.
So you asking me whether we have 2.5 million?
It is you that is not answering my question. That is what is making us have all this conversation.
No.
I am saying you are in government.
Yes.
You know how much we're spent. How much we're likely... No. You know how much we're spending as a country. How much we're likely going to be spending.
We are spending.
Exactly. How much we're spending as a country.
Okay.
How much we're likely going to be spending on some of the things that we want to do as a nation.
Okay.
And we all know where we are right now as a nation. What you inherited based on what you said. And I'm saying, if you're changing the name of Kotoka International Airport, it's going to cost us ABCD.
I don't know about that cost. You are the one telling me that an expert says. And I said, I don't agree with the experts. I don't agree with the experts. So once I don't agree, I won't take that money for anything.
So even if it's costing us a city, just one Ghana city, you have that one Ghana city now as a government. That's what I'm asking
Let's get there. When we get there, we'll prove whether we have it or not. That one, I have to be honest with you. Let's get there. When we get there, we'll prove whether we have it or not. If we get there and we don't have it, nobody will slaughter us.
Okay, we change our mind. That we said we want to change it, but because we don't have money.
Because if we don't have
the process, we are not
the best in terms of leadership. Let me tell you, Kim, when it comes to leadership, the best leader is the one who is able to make use of scarce resources. So you prioritize.
Okay.
If we think that by the time we are done and everything, we think that we don't have the money, we wait. If we get money and we think we can use it for it, it's not something that somebody is pursuing us that go and change. It's something we think that if we do it, the legacy will stand and will help others to be more patriotic. That's what we think.
Okay.
And so we are not talking about, whether we have the money or not, we'll go and borrow to come and do it. Even when we came, there are a number of, other projects we haven't gone to borrow any money to do. So we are not going to go to that tangent of how you're going to raise money, how you're going to do this. Then now somebody calls and says that, okay, so you can now raise money to do A and B and C. We haven't
And I'm asking because eventually we'll get there. That's why I'm asking that. Eventually we'll get to that point.
We shouldn't create fear and panic.
Oh, is it?
No, we shouldn't do that. This is a very nice platform that I think that we should educate people. It's not about creating fear and panic.
What's the fear and panic for?
No, because see, the moment
eventually you get there.
The moment you start
I think that it's you.
The moment you start quoting $2.5 to $5 million, now we do equivalent of exchange rate, and somebody sit there and is like, hey, is that how the thing is going to be? Then people start making it. Let's be real.
Dog. No, let me understand you well. Let me understand you well. You think that putting the figures of what we are likely going to be spending on this,
we are not going to spend that. So, no, we are not going to spend that. So we should not make the public.
Yeah, so argue your case, well, but if you say it's creating fear and panic.
You are now creating it.
How?
You.
By telling the people what is involved in rechanging the name.
That is not what is involved. That is what somebody is proposing, that it will be involved. And there's difference between government awarding a contract to an individual or a company, and the contract sum is before you. And you are telling us that this is how much it's costing us.
Individuals who are experts can set and analyze and actualize what we're likely going to be paying.
Let me give you
as a people.
Let me give you an example.
A certain project. That's what you're saying.
Let me give you an example.
Yeah.
There are things that sometimes when you are on set, not everything you can say. Let me give you an example. There are a lot of institutions we have in Ghana here, especially in our universities. Mm-hmm. There are a lot of experts, brilliant minds, brilliant ideas. Mm-hmm. I tell you, there are projects that some of the universities, what they do, if we do it outside the university, it is far, 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 far cheaper. But these are experts who are quoting that figures. Are we saying that once that expert presents that figure and is there, that is finito? So expert has presented it, so that is a final, and we should go by it. I don't agree with that expert because we haven't assigned anybody to give us an estimate about that. Okay. So whatever he's doing it on his own for his maybe parochial interest to just, put things out there to make the government feel bad or to let people see the government to be in bad state.
This is the executive of the advertising.
I'm shocked to hear my brother here trying.
I'm not done.
I thought. Okay, sorry. Then let me allow him. Okay.
I'm not done, KMJ. I told you that we have to talk about what is. This morning we have to let the people.
No, but we can't dwell much on that
because I was told. You know what?
Yes.
Before we come here, you give us topics. Mm-hmm. And I was told that we're going to talk about inflation, economy, and stuff.
But based on
then I come here and everything is about Kotoka. Meanwhile, people want to listen to what is happening.
No. I disagree with you when you say that. If you're talking about Kotoka and you think that it's not important.
No, I'm not saying it's not important, but we can't spend all the hours talk about Kotoka. When people are peddling falsehood and creating a lot of fear and panic in the system, we will not address it. So is that not the mandate of the media house to make sure that issues that are pressing, because cocoa farmers are complaining, do they know the issues at hand? Are we aware of the actual issue? Because yesterday, the chief executive officer of Cocoa Board was at Parliament Select Committee for Agriculture, and he has to explain to them, these are things that people want to hear. So if we sit here, we are talking about and if we sit here, we are talking about budget. No, we are talking about budget. The renaming, we have exhausted the time.
Okay,
we've talked about it. If you talk about budget that contract hasn't been awarded, I don't see it.
Okay, so let me let Fahd also have his take on this very issue, and then we'll see how.
You see, as I said, I'm very shocked, very, very shocked this morning.
This morning you'll be shocked
to hear my brother here making some of these claims. You see, you pushed him to provide his opinion on the cost involving or the cost that will be incurred in the renaming. See, let me be honest with you, my brother. The renaming does not come cheap. It comes at a cost. If you care to know this, it comes at a cost because every single facility, every single paper, systems that is being run currently at the Kotoka International Airport will have to go through the same renaming process. I hope KMJ is aware of that. So if there is an expert opinion out there, I've given you that before you even go ahead with this renaming, as a government, think through. This is an expert opinion. 50 million Ghana cedis. KMJ. 50 million. Contractors are crying. Contractors are crying in this country. KMJ. 3 days ago, you had their chamber of, what's the name of their chamber? If you had their what's the name of the leader? I believe there's a new leader they appointed this week. KMJ. That President Mahama promised them December last year that he's going to direct the finance minister, right, to pay them 1 billion Ghana cedis last year, December. As we speak currently, they've not received that money yet. And you sit here this morning, when I raised the issue of unemployment, you told me I'm shifting posts. And right now, you have the moral right to tell KMG that we have cocoa issues to discuss. You had your time. You decided to glorify and sing praises for Dr. Kwame Nkrumah, and now you turn around and point fingers. Chief, are you serious? Please, we are here to do serious business, KMG. What it means this morning is that, see, we are going to put our money out there. We are going to waste our money just to satisfy some people's political ego. And you tell me this morning, coming from the MPP, that I am sounding political. Are you serious again, my brother? Charlie, let's be serious, oh. This is a country, we are running a country, oh. We are running a country, KMJ. If you tell me that, KMJ, I told you, 24th February this year, will be 60 years after the overthrow of Dr. Kwame Nkrumah. This renaming is a deliberate political agenda. It has no economic benefit whatsoever to our economy. It adds up no jobs. We are calling on John Dramani Mahama. And you told me that Akufo-Addo couldn't create jobs. It is true. That was the reason why the young people of this country, on that 7th December, early morning, as early as 4 a.m., queued at their various polling centers to vote us out of office. And you sit here to 14 months in office, and you still tell me that Akufo-Addo didn't create jobs. Are you serious, my brother? Ghanaians out there watching you, who voted for your party, and you are being paid with our taxpayers' money, are expecting better from you. We expect you to tell us that your 24-hour economy will start March this year. We want you to tell us that by the end of this year, you're going to create 100,000 jobs. So the young people who voted for you with the hopes, with the aspiration that they will get job to do, will be satisfied this morning. That job is coming. And all you could do is that you are blaming the Akufo-Addo administration. Don't worry. Keep abusing the goodwill. See, political power is like an ice cream in your hands. Over time, it melts. You continue abusing the goodwill. The people who voted for you out there are watching you. Okay. And when the time comes, they will have their say. Thank you very much, Kev.
Let me do some messages from our viewers.
On what you've said so far.
Let me do some messages and then we'll come back and wrap it up. This one says, good morning, Joy Prime. Please ask the MPP serial callers to give us a break. Did we vote for Kufuor and Akufo-Addo to rename universities, airports, stadiums, OSA to Metro Bus? That's way back we had something we called OSA to Metro Bus. Radio GAR to Unique FM, SADA to NDA, JSS to JHS, SSS to SHS, Sankara to Akwaje when they were in power. It's dishonest to condemn something they have done in office. Enough of the gendarme and double standard from the NPP. Yes, and I'm asking Fahd that if they come back and the Kotoka International Airport has been renamed, are they also going to revert it to Kotoka again? He couldn't give me an answer.
That's for the future. And the future has a lot to tell us. Okay? The future, there are a lot of issues in the future.
Can you open this politician?
After promising the youth of this country 1-3-3. You know, KMG, there is this famous formula. We the youth, we also have our formula. One job, 3 shifts. One job, 3 people. One job, 3 people. Where is the one job, 3 people?
Good morning, KMJ. The change of name is warmly welcomed for the cause that there was also an aviation expert on the same program yesterday who stated that not much will be changed in the naming to cause that much. Osman should not exhibit an act of bitterness. The agenda is for a good cause. And that's from Jerry in Koforia. So, Jerry, I duly mentioned that depending on which route they want to take, it could be a full scale. There will be a cost. If it's a full scale, it comes with a cost. If it's not, it's still good.
So if it's a full scale, is that the 50 million Ghana cedis?
I was just trying to find out from
50 million Ghana cedis.
I was just trying to find out
50 million Ghana cedis.
So I was just trying to find out from Doug that even if we're supposed to pay 1 Ghana cedis, can we actually be able to?
Is it important to do it now?
That's what I'm asking, Doug.
Nurses are working.
Maybe we can get it.
Nurses are home working. Nurses have worked for 14 months.
You paid them only 1 month. Talk about cocoa.
Cocoa. Now you see the heat. Talk about cocoa.
No. This one says, Felix, I need hope. Good morning. Oh,
you need hope.
A lot of hope to you. Okay, let me. Guys, help me out, production. Let me. This one says, Central says that, good morning, KMJ. Why wouldn't the General Secretary of the NDC accuse the Attorney General of cutting deals with some officials of the Osman government when the AG appears more interested in media sensationalism and prosecuting defective cases in the media rather than in the appropriate fora? That's the Nakia sending in that one. And I think I've read this one also. Let me go to this one over here. It says, good morning, sir. Why do you ask for text messages but refuse to read them by giving unnecessary excuses or read them reluctantly? I don't want to believe that you journalists are becoming lazy to read nowadays. It's better to read more messages than giving more airtime on spink doctors who are only there to peddle falsehood and cause commotion on your show. I just read your message. Are you happy now?
Call his name. Let's
He doesn't even have a name. That's the problem. Good morning, KMJ, and to your panelists, Michael from Spinktest. Please, if we as Ghanaians are talking about economic development, I am not expecting NPP guy to be talking economy since they have the economic messiah. Ghanaians can't celebrate betrayal who did not even add any value to the Ghana economy. All right, thank you for sending your message to us. Greetings to you and your panelists. In fact, I'm surprised that the so-called high-level neutral personalities are endorsing the renaming of this airport. When President Nana-Addo renamed certain universities because of their autonomous, it was lambasted by these personalities who are defending the renaming of the airport today. The level of hypocrisy in this country is beyond imagination, and that's Joe Baba Balgatanga sent in that one. Let me go to the next person and see what we have. Good morning. Since when did the NPP know what they were doing to Ghanaians were evil? So that should not be continued. In fact, they have never done anything better when it comes to building infrastructure to the development of this country. They just came to steal from the public purse and eventually stole the purse itself. What the NPP did to Ghanaians, it were better we were ruled by a coup leader because they came to colonize Ghana than to rule. And that's from Jake in Asaman Kesse. Let me go to the next one. It says, no good father name any of his kids after Lucifer. There are names like Lucifer. I've seen many people that are called Lucifer because of Lucifer's bad history. There should not be any debate about changing Kotoka Airport to Accra International Airport. Patrick in Accra. In fact, there's a footballer that is called Lucifer in one of the Premier League teams. Please, who named, and I'm just basically saying this because of the name, not because of the message, actually. Please, who named Accra International Airport Kotoka International Airport? Oh, is that what you want to change? Good morning, KMJ and your panelists. Please, does it make sense to explain to tourists that our airport was named after a traitor who killed our first visionary leader and a global acclaimed millennium personality? We all knew JJ was a coup leader. So my question is, why did Nana-Addo decide to name UDS after him, of which JJ obliged to? Please, Nkrumah Museum was rehabilitated by the US government and not that of the Nana-Addo wasteful government. No wonder Nana-Addo built a statue for himself, because Nana-Addo name shall always be remembered for his misgovernance and wickedness. Have the NPP guy in the studio here of Kojo upon Nkrumah's view, tell him to learn the history of Ghana well. Please, the rented facilities he's talking about for government. Okay, UK one in a TBA who sent in that one. A few questions that he's also asking this morning. Musa in Abator in Asawasi says that unnecessary noise over renaming Kotoka International Airport to Accra International Airport must stop. Our focus should be on delivering the social contract we have with Ghanaians, creating jobs, improving livelihoods, and strengthening the economy. The Vuvuzela noise and tribal comments being pushed by the NPP should be ignored. What matters most is good governance, national unity, and putting the interest of Ghanaians first. I want to believe that I've been able to do most of your messages today before my very good friend comes after me again this morning. Don't forget that News Flash is proudly brought to you by Franco Trading Enterprise and Kua Natural Fruit Juice. Gentlemen, we're going by our last words. I'll start with you. You have 1 minute. Maybe you can talk about cocoa now.
No. I want to say that.
Yes. Okay.
Is it Fahd? Well, you've done well. very poetic and in your delivery.
He brought your lecture book.
Very poetic in your delivery.
After the show, I'll give you a copy.
But one thing that we need to be clear about is that, you was talking about roads, and that's what I want to respond to. You mentioned about roads. You had, yes.
Okay. So contractors are calling for payment.
You had 2020, 2021, 2022 declared as years of roads. That 3 years, the first year you spent about 2.2 billion. That is your budget. Second year, you spent 4.8. Then the next year, you spent 2.5, making a total of 9.5 billion as a budget for constructing a number of roads, major roads, Kumasi to Accra. Now, if you are going to Kumasi to Accra, is that road in good shape after spending that money? Aside that, see, in the area of Kokobot, I'll still come there. 2019, 2020, and 2021 alone, they spent 21.5 billion Ghana cedis. When even the roads ministry was spending 9.5 billion for 3 years, Kokobot alone rose 21.5 billion Ghana cedis to construct Kokobot roads. Meanwhile, if you go to those cocoa farm areas, there are no roads there. So if you knew that we needed money to pay contractors, why would you channel the money through Kokobot? Because Kokobot is for Ghana. And so if they had money and you think that you can waste it, and you just, in 2020 alone, they spent about 14.5 billion just on cocoa roads. When the whole nation, if we are looking at year of road, that same 2020, they allocated 2.2 billion. So if we are talking about roads here, allow us to do the job. Because when we came, we have proven what? Our worth. You saw the Pokwase interchange when we came to meet it. There were demonstrations everywhere. Have you passed there recently? You've seen there's a massive change. We are working and we will deliver on our mandate to the people of Ghana.
Okay.
We have been given 4 years. Allah, stop the distraction. You see, we are focused. It's not going to help in any way.
Okay.
You are afraid that if we are able to deliver, you'll be in a position for it, but you'll still be. I can assure you that whatever we are doing, the focus is ongoing and we'll deliver and reset Ghana to its best state, so that everybody will enjoy.
Okay. Thank you very much, Doc. Fahd, you have 2 minutes to do this.
Quick one. You see, my brother here I don't know, my brother, today is what date? 6th February 2026. I'm just reminding you.
Of course.
You're not in opposition. I'm just reminding you, you're not in opposition. So stop giving the excuses of you failed to do this, you failed to do this. If Ghanaians were satisfied with our performance, we'll still be in office by now, KMJ. So stop that excuses. Get down there and go and work.
Rome wasn't built in a day, so that's what I want you to understand. You had 7 years.
I think that ain't everything. KMJ,
okay, so
no. You see,
you had 7 years.
We have to go.
You see, he talks about roads and what was left for them. You see, forgetting that governance is continuous, right? You inherit liability, you inherit assets. You inherited assets.
What assets?
Worth of gold in
assets.
Reserves. Oh, dog, respectfully. You inherited gold in terms of reserves, KMJ, between September 2025 to December 2025, just a period of 3 years, you've sold out almost 50% of our gold reserves. That one, you're happy. But when you have been left with liabilities, you come and sit and tell me that if you had done this, you had done that. Dog, let me tell you, governance is a serious business. So if people are not ready, please, just give up and just go. If you're coming to sit here this morning and get to these issues, we are going to tell you in your faces, dog. Governance is a serious business.
A very big thank you to Fahd Osman.
Thank you very much for
representing the NPP.
Tell Fahd that we don't come here to joke.
Representing the NPP.
Be serious. People are watching you.
Dr. Intiamwa,
and I expect that you be serious.
NBC Communications team member. Thank you so much, gentlemen, for coming this morning and spending your Friday morning with me.
This week, we took a petition to the IGP's office on a matter around Abosokan area. There is in court, a land issue in court. Monday, the Jamestown police people came there to cause some distraction over there. Tuesday, Wednesday, we took some petition around. We are calling on the IGP to please see to it that the right thing is done.
Okay. We
are still in court, and we expect that the law should take its effect. Look at Agrada. She has been given 1 year after appeal, right? We've seen that.
Are you not hoping that
you know the mascot guy?
There's
still more coming up here on the show. Chutamako is standing by with the latest updates in sports. The Golden Girl will be bringing you some exciting trends, and also a bit later, we're going to entertainment coming up here on the show as well. Gentlemen, thank you so much for spending your Friday morning with me here on the show. My name is KMJ.